Hi, welcome to Turnaround Machine Works, and my name is Keith. Today I have a couple brazing jobs, and I thought I'd grab the camera and have you follow along with me. One I have is manganese bronze skeg that's being modified. They're both new. This is a new component, but they want to lengthen it, so they cast up another part, and I was requested to braze these up. The other item is a real old exhaust manifold, and I know all of you out there have seen manifolds, some in worse cases than this. But it basically has a crack from there to there, and we're going to go ahead and do a well repair on that as well. Let's get it fired up and start doing the preheat. I'll bring you in closer when we get it up to temperature. Get my rod warmed up. Get it dipped and coated with spot. Sometimes I warm it and double dip it when I'm first starting. Okay. I'm trying to get that flux to flow right down in that crack. If anybody's ever brazed manganese bronze, it's one of the toughest things to do. It doesn't seem to want to mix all the time, and it's got some, characteristics to it that make it real tough. All right, but I've got it in there. I know I joined it. Okay, now that we got the hard brazing done. That stuff is miserable. I never can make it, well, I'm not saying I can't never make it look good. There are cases, but going into a corner has got to be one of the hardest things to braze. And anyway, moving on. Let's do an easy project now. And quite often, this is actually pretty easy. This is out in the open, but sometimes there are cracks down in here or around. Come close to the flanges, you might have to do some remachining. All right, there's a close look at it, and what I can see, I'm gonna dress grind it flat on the surface so I can see the crack. Then I'm gonna drill a hole at each end. Old practice, crack tend to follow themselves, but if you put a round hole in it, they go to that round hole and then they stop. You do have to make sure that you have the hole past the crack, so when it leads into it, it doesn't jump past it. After that, then I'm gonna take a rotary burr and I'm going to hollow out almost down so I have 100% penetration of braze, and then one end to the other end. Alright, now a little rotary burr. And I kind of like, oh, this is like a 3/8 ball here. Very important, all the way along your whole edge of where you want the braze to fill the cavity. You got to get those little rust cavities out of there because the braze will only sit on top of rust, and you want it to join that cast. Not everything can come to you sandblasted, but even if it was a sandblasted surface, I would still go to the extent of cleaning that far around my braze. The clean material around is the same as any cleanliness of any weld. It does make a difference. Alright, we got a real small round burr there, oh, 1/4 inch or so. We're going to get in there and just go right down that side there where we can still see the crack. Got it almost up to preheat. You can see how this starts changing colors and everything else. Now this one here, I can stare down in and I don't see any crack on the other side of the hole. I see a little remnants of a crack over here, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know, because I know if you don't get it, you can have problems with it. It was just right on the surface. All right, back at it. All right, we've got the whole thing uniform heat. You can start seeing the interior starting to smoke out the port. At this point here, I don't see any crack traveling past my hole, so it's a safe time to start brazing. So here we go. Lower the flame so you're not blowing. Sometimes brazing is better, easier going uphill. Now your second pass, you don't need so much flush. You can just braze it on top of braze. Now we're just going to put a nice bead on here. Alright, now we're spreading our heat out and we're reversing the heating. We're putting more heat on it, but it's still going to cool down from where it was, where I had that torch right in there with cherry red on the weld. Just back the torch away a little bit. Big chunk of A-cloth of that. There we go. We'll let it cool down slow and we'll check her out when she's all the way down to handling temperature.